normally, a child would have chosen the mother over the father. And as we are all very much aware, it is said that there's no love like a mother's love. But unfortunately, this, as we hail mothers, we bless mothers, we say all nice things about mothers. Unfortunately, there are stories of some bad mothers, and here at Love 99.5, we've talked about some mothers who would put on the iron. When the iron is hot, will burn the fingers of a child with it. Some of them will boil hot water and put the child's hand in it. Some of them will put the child's bum on the boiling water and all that. So as the world gets ready, to celebrate Mother's Day come Sunday, we ask you, what type of a mother should be celebrated on Mother's Day? What type of a mother should be, celebrated on Mother's Day? Join us on our WhatsApp number with your thoughts, 055-11-11995. 055-11-11995. What type of a mother should be celebrated on Mother's Day? We have all kinds of them, but which of them should be celebrated on Mother's Day? Our WhatsApp number again is 055-11-11995. If there's any special mother you would want to say some nice words to, feel free and add that person's name to your message, because on Sunday I will not be here and the team will be here to work, but I won't be here. So if you want to do your Mother's Day dedication or wish in advance, feel free. Well, we've received some boxes of parts. Yesterday came through from EcoBank Harper Road branch. So to the workers of EcoBank Harper Road branch, we say thank you very much for heeding our call. Thank you very much for coming to aid and to support us raise as many sanitary pads as possible. Our target is to get 100 boxes of sanitary pads. All right. Last year we did about 19,200 and something. This year we want to do over 40,000. We're counting on you. We also like to say a big thank you to Mariam and her team of workers at Prudential Bank, Ababo branch. You also came through to support us yesterday with some cash donation to our Amumu number. So we say thank you very much. Auntie Mimi is right here with me in the Series of Love 99.5. I love to call Auntie Mimi. Most of you will call her Mrs. Akwa. 2 weeks or so ago, the husband was here after the show. He said so many things that trended. We use it for waves, and people in Accra called on him, and I'm like, you always wait till you hear Auntie Mimi speak.
Oh no.
Mommy, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Oh, by God's grace, I'm fine.
Good to see you again. You're looking fresh as always,
Grace.
Yeah, we thank Grace. We thank Grace. And let me take this opportunity on behalf of my team here, Lou Stanley, Eugene Osetutu, Joel Labie J, Kate, Francis Drury. We'd like to say Happy Mother's Day to you in advance.
Thank you.
And
I'm grateful.
You're most welcome. I mean, you deserve it. You've done so much for many people out there, and I know that many people who know you call you mommy. So as Mother's Day approaches, that's come Sunday. How's it feeling like for you? How expectant are you?
We are trying to make it as meaningful as possible for all mothers that are connected to us. So come Sunday, at CCC, the day has been designated for the Charismatic Ladies Ministry to honor all women in the church. But the children are going to do a mother's appreciation jar, where every child will be taught to learn how to appreciate the most important figure in the early stages of our lives. To say thank you for being there for us. Thank you for giving us food. Thank you for loving us. And I think it's a very important thing that we should teach the children who are coming up to learn to appreciate not only mothers but all people. But I want to start with the mother and say how much we love them. So maybe I'll take the initiative, tell all mothers that we really, really appreciate everything that they are doing. And for me, I think my role is to teach the children to appreciate their mothers more on this 2023 Mother's Day. So
a few things I'm picking from what you've said so far. We talked about the fact that at church, your church, our church, CCC, the day will be set aside to appreciate mothers.
Yes.
To quote you, to appreciate all women.
All women
in the church.
And
you also made mention of the fact that mothers are the ones that, from the initial stages of a child's birth and upbringing and growing up,
Yes.
mothers play that critical role. And you use the word or the statement or phrase, all mothers.
Yes.
So you want to say a big thank you to all mothers.
Yes.
But should all mothers be celebrated on Mother's Day? Look at some of the behaviors and
all mothers must be celebrated.
No matter how wicked they are to someone.
Because the 9-month journey to bring the child to birth is so essential, so critical. If you are able to survive the 9 months, I know even from them, some mothers try to, as it were, push out the child before
abort the child. Abort the child. Some of them successfully though.
Some of them successfully.
And some of them
unsuccessful.
Some of them will be given and then dumb them, refuse them sides,
so at least for the moment, all mothers are to be appreciated. The 9-month journey, they have done so well. Then when the baby comes out, that is where we have the divisions, because some have done better than others. Bible says that train up a child in the way he should go, and when he grows up, he will not depart from it. And you know, God is a generational God. He said, can I do anything without telling Abraham in Genesis 18:19? Because I have seen that he will instruct his children in the way of the Lord and to follow justice and mercy. So personally, I believe Abraham was chosen to be the father of our Christian faith in the long run, because God saw that he will pass on his knowledge about God himself. He will pass on his knowledge about life itself. He will pass on the virtues and demerits of life to his children. At this point in time, Abraham did not have a child. He had over 300 servants, but God saw that he was teaching them all the good things he knew about life, about all the bad things he knew about life. So he said, this is the man that I want to use so that I can propagate myself, as it were. So every mother has been chosen to pass on some information. We all want to pass on some information, good or bad. But the mother who is to be celebrated is the one who will ensure that systematically, strategically, intentionally will pass on good values, good information, good training, mentorship, influence, so that that child will be set up, will be strengthened, will be encouraged, will be trained to stand up on his or her own as the next man in the generation who will also pass on these good values. So that is where, you know, the rubber hits the road. If you are a mother and you fail to inculcate in your child, you realize that I spoke about Abraham not having a biological child at the time God chose him. So it's not about the giving of birth alone. Any child that you can influence for good, you've been a mother. Any child that you can mentor to bring him up to a certain level, you've been a mother. So the more you train up people or you influence people to become a better version of themselves, you are a mother who should be celebrated.
Who should be celebrated. And let me throw in this question, because it's something that has been on my mind for a while. And I'm happy that you raise that distinctive, issue in there, because it's not everybody who has a biological child who's a mother. There are others who have done a woman's job. I'm saying woman's job by being there for some children. But unfortunately, there are others who are not there. Unfortunately, there are others who maltreat. There are others who abuse. There are others who do all manner of things, although they have some child or some children in their care. Should we refer to them as mothers as well?
They are mothers, but they are bad mothers.
Obviously we should not celebrate them, should we?
We will not celebrate them, but then we are sounding a word of caution. Sometimes these mothers are not mentally balance themselves. Sometimes they are under a lot of stress. Sometimes the issues of life are bearing them down. Sometimes they are not able to manage issues with their husbands or father figures in their lives, and they take it out on the poor child, which is quite unfortunate.
Well, these same
it's
mothers,
not best.
Forgive me, but these same mothers, and I appreciate all that you said, but these same mothers are nice to their own offsprings.
But to other people's offspring, they are wicked.
Yeah, so when you say they're not balanced and all the things you say, some of them, because of how the man is treating them, they kind of, it tells me, when you look at how they treat their very own, and then you look at how they're treating somebody else's, it's an intentional thing, isn't it?
It's an intentional thing because they don't know how to do better. They are not mature enough to draw the line. Let's just cross over and talk about stepmothers. The stepmother has been portrayed as a wicked woman. So immediately you are a stepmother, you are seen as being wicked. It's in stories, in songs, but I know some wonderful stepmothers who treated their husbands' children as their own. I've seen one before who actually bought a car for her stepmother, and her mother didn't have that honor.
Wow.
You see, so it is the maturity of the woman for you to know that, yes, this child has come into my life through no fault of her own, motherless, and I must treat her well. So mothers who do that, I will say, don't have enough facts. I want to say they are not mature enough, but maybe that's too strong a word, because we must know that when we do it for others, we are doing it as unto the Lord. And you see, I also understand some of their challenges. If my daughter is misbehaving, I see it in a different light. Kind of, my tolerance level for that kind of misbehavior is very, very level, high or low, whichever. It's like I can tolerate her more. If it's another person's child, it seems as if I can't even, countenance it for the least kind of misbehavior. And that is why I'm talking about we becoming mature enough. If it's another person's child, that is where we must learn, because it doesn't come naturally to us. No, it doesn't come naturally. It's me.
I'm thinking instinctively what you go through, like you narrated, in a 9 months period, what you go through. And for those who deliver naturally, the pain you go through, I'm thinking that instinctively and naturally should come to women.
Women.
Yeah, so you should be able to love.
For me, mine. So the more mature a woman is, the more you'll be able to determine that mine, this, others. Her mother also has gone through the 9 months and she deserves to be loved.
How can we get a maturity?
It comes with time, comes with training, mindset, like we are talking now. Because many of us, if the child is not ours, we see her as that child. But with the training and the awareness that you are creating, what we hear in church, what we hear on platforms, we have to learn and change our mindset. In the olden days, not that I'm too old, but in years gone back, it was said that it takes a village to train a child. Everybody's child was everybody's child. And we all had the responsibility to train up children wherever you found them. But with people coming to the urban areas, crime increase, and people have tended to, as it were, keep within their own family circle, and other people have been seen as outsiders and strangers, and in many cases rightly so. But we need to be able to balance it. Yes, maybe I can't discipline somebody's child by beating her up, but I can tell her something. I can tell her about one thing or the other. So I must not dislike her just because she's not my biological child. It's not right. All the children we see around are our children from other mothers. And we must learn
so the maltreatment that they give,
treat them well.
The maltreatment that they give out to these children, who to some extent are not their biological, do they get any satisfaction from it? What does it do for them? What do they gain from that?
Some people are natural bullies. And because the child is helpless, so to speak, and cannot fight back, they enjoy the power that they wield over that helpless child. And that one, if it continues, to go overboard into insanity, because how wicked can you be to a helpless child who cannot fight back?
And again, why is it that to a large extent people in the society look on kind of unconcerned? So you live in an area where you have you live with neighbors, and a particular mother is maltreating, maltreating a child somewhere, and you know that the child is being maltreated by this stepmother or by this person. I say we have become, maybe if you are some kind of people.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Is it wrong for us to go in and say, listen, what you do to this child is wrong? Why can't you treat this child like your own child? Or if you cannot do it yourself, why can't they go outside and seek help for that innocent child that has been abused? Because some of them, they become maimed, some of them lose their lives. So why can't
some of them, they walk around looking healthy, but inside they are dead people. They are not what they are supposed to be. Their value system, everything around them is like dying, for want of a better word. I think it's an aspect of our culture. They do fear something.
Just say this for me.
Okay.
And don't use your thought for, I beg you. I want to do some small, very important thing before I get into trouble with a certain lady called Ajwa. And I want to talk to my listeners about weedy locks. Listen, the weekend is almost here, and I'm sure that you would like to do a few changes into your home and bring better security. And so if you're looking for the very best, security doors in Ghana, and talk about Ajwa, that's Ajwa. If I don't do this, she's going to butcher me. I don't want to be butchered this morning. Sister Ajwa, I'm doing your thing. But a happy Mother's Day to you in advance. She's also a mother of 3. And she celebrated her birthday 2 days ago as well. So happy birthday to you. Belated happy birthday to you, Ajwa. So like I was saying, if you're looking for security doors in Ghana, the best security doors in Ghana, then go straight to Weedy Locks, because they deal in Israeli security and internal doors. Now their doors are elegant. I tell you all the time, the doors are elegant, they are affordable, they're durable. Now it has a gladiator locking system that is 13 bolts lock all round into the galvanized steel frame. The doors do not make noise when opened or closed, which of course gives you safety, because people do not get the opportunity to monitor your going out and of course you're coming in. It is specifically coated with powder paint to avoid peeling of paint. It weighs 60 kg for a single door. Now it comes in single, large, 1.5 and even double doors. Aside from that, you can also order for a special height doors. If your door frame is higher than the normal ones on our market, you can order for a very special one that will be imported and brought in for you. The doors are made of galvanized steel, so it is rust free. At Weedy Locks, keys are coded with 5 keys per door, which cannot be duplicated. Even when you move into a new apartment and they have the right security doors in there, the person who lived in there before won't duplicate the key. So if it's not up to 5, you look for where the other keys are, but it cannot be duplicated. Now, if you want peace of mind, you want security at home, for your office, for your bank, for your warehouse, go straight to Weedy Locks to have a door that lasts so long without replacement. There is a special offer for architects, for building contractors and real estate developers. Contact them at their showroom at Kwahama off the Daban-Sokoban Road, or call them or send them a WhatsApp message to 050-8777-755 or 0575-777-755. Weedy Locks will protect what matters most to you. And again, day in and out like today, we are hustling and we're going to turn all our dreams into reality. That's what we want to do. We want to bring all our dreams into reality. So whether you are going to work, whether you're going to school, whether you're going to the shop, whatever it is you're going to, you just want to do better than you did yesterday, which of course is good. All right? It's good to improve upon whatever you're doing. But there are times when you get up in the morning and you realize that your energy level is so low. Question is, what do you do about it? Listen, I've got some exciting news for you, because Lucozade has got you covered. You can get Lucozade right now that will boost your energy back for you. Lucozade with glucose will restore your energy during your everyday routine. So wake up your vim with Lucozade. Do so every day and restore your energy. This advert is FDA approved. Now let's talk about children, because if you are a mother who understands the essence of treating your child right, feeding your child right, then you do the right thing by giving your child, something from Nestle, and I'm talking about Cerelac. Now I would want to, tell you that, listen, Cerelac is the best food you can give to your child. Having your baby try out different tastes and flavors isn't just about giving them a change of taste. This helps to develop their palates and, of course, prepares them better for accepting varieties of adult food as they grow. So go ahead and try any of our 6 Cerelac variants. We have wheat. When they grow, they eat wheat, or they might even eat wheat when it's in the bread form. So when you give them the millet, it will help them as well. Now, aside from the wheat, they have maize. So the banko, the kenke, initiates them through the Cerelac that they eat. They have the rice, the biscuity, the fruit, pieces, the millet, like I said a while ago, and many more. Now, remember, each bowl of Cerelac contains goodness that helps your child, your child's normal growth and development. Cerelac is all good, ma'am. This advert is FDA approved. Again, staying a little while longer with children. Fun time for the kids means fun time for DSTV. Now, DSTV is the home of the best kids entertainment with something exciting from children of all ages. And you know what? The best part is they get to learn whilst they're having fun watching the television programs on DSTV. So give them premium enjoyment with shows such as Coco Melon and Moonbug on DSTV channel 318, Paw Patrol on Nicktoons channel 308, Teen Titans go on Cartoon Network channel 301, PL Masks Power Heroes on Disney channel 309, and so much more. Reconnect or stay connected by dialing *759# to make your kids not to miss out on all the goodies and the laughs on DSTV. DSTV is your moment. So maybe I was asking, why people who live in our societies tend to do their theism, like Professor Moses Blessed Memory would say, and will not help children who are being abused, who are not being treated well out there. And listeners, we're talking about mothers here. We're asking you a simple question. What kind of a mother should be celebrated on Mother's Day? Come Sunday, it will be Mother's Day. So we're asking, what kind of a mother should be celebrated on Mother's Day? What kind of a mother should be celebrated on Mother's Day? And if you have any mother in your life you want to show love to, you want to big up, WhatsApp number is 055111995. 055111995. Record a voice message and send it in, bigging up your mother or telling us which kind of a mother ought to be celebrated on the Mother's Day. So, back to that question as to why many people who see children being abused do not even go to their aid.
Apart from the Durufia culture, which is in all of us, it's like if I go and intervene, then what happens? Am I ready to take up the child and live with her? So because we don't want any more responsibility, it becomes easier for us to turn a blind eye. Because if you go, you ask the person not to maltreat the child, and then later on people come in, that child has to be taken away. We don't have social networking for foster care and all those things. We don't have them. So in order not to be burdened with something that you are not ready for, you just turn a blind eye and hope for the better. But that is not helpful. It's not helpful at all. And people are really suffering. So they grow up into abusive adults themselves. And it becomes a vicious cycle which continues. Like you get people saying, when I was small, I didn't get this privilege. Why should I let you have that privilege? So it continues. I think we have to break it up somewhere.
We need to find a way to break it up. But Akuetteh wishes to announce to its cherished customers that all unregistered SIMs will be permanently disconnected effective 31st of May 2023 in line with NCA's directive. Customers who are yet to complete their SIM registration are entreated to visit the nearest Airtel Tigo shop immediately with their Ghana card to avoid permanently losing their numbers. Now, what's more, you get up to 5 gigabytes of data, free data, instantly when you re-register your SIM card. After your registration is completed, you get to enjoy this. So get registered now. Airtel Tigo Life is simple. But you say women who maltreat these young ones, do they expect that on a Mother's Day like this, a child will show them love? Because children grow fast. Children grow so fast, by the time you say the child is an adult. And so when a special day like Mother's Day comes up, what do they expect from these children? You didn't treat the child well. You didn't have the child, you didn't bring up the child well enough. Do they expect to be treated or be wished to happen Mother's Day?
By and large, yes. In fact, they will call such children ungrateful.
They will call the children ungrateful?
Yes, because they think that by putting up a roof on your head and giving you food to eat, albeit very little food, and treating you like trash, At least they've been good to you. Otherwise, you would have been on the street somewhere. And other mothers too just neglect the child. You are there, you be giving food. But what we know as affection, we are not saying affection by hugging the child, but saying kind words to her. Treating the child like she's also a person.
Blessing the child.
When I think about myself, as early as 4 years, I remember myself. You get it? So like at that time, I knew that I was a person and I had needs. There were things that made me happy. But many of us here, we think that, oh, she is a child. She doesn't know anything. We are waiting for that individual to grow. But we are told that by 7 years, whatever the child is going to become is already laid down. The foundation is already laid down. But it seems as parents, we delay too much with the love. We delay too much with the affection. We delay too much with the training. So by the time the child is 7 years, because we have not trained the individual to do the things that we know are good, we label them as naughty children. But there's no naughty child. There's no wicked child, David. I beg to differ. It's the training and the affection, the modeling that has been, the shaping that has taken place to make that child, as it were, different from what our expectations are. But if we train these children with love and the love of God and prayer, I believe by and large, we'll be happy with these children and we wouldn't have to maltreat them. Because the maltreatment comes because we think they are naughty. Do this and the child will not do it. Sit here and the child will not sit. Don't go there and the child will not go. So you are a bad child. I have to, whip you into shape. I have to starve you into shape. I have to, take away needy things things that you need. So then the maltreatment starts. But if we take time to train them from day one.
Do you think that, you talk about training here, do you think that, and there's these statements that people make, for example, marriage is the only institution you enter into before you get your certificate. Mostly you should be getting a certificate before you do something. But then you enter before you get the certificate. In that same vein, when it comes to motherhood, people get in there, they just have children. Do you think that we need a certain training?
A lot.
We need a certain training to help women become good mothers.
That training is supposed to have taken place in the home, whilst that mother was a child herself. So if that training did not come, when that woman grows up, when that child grows up, she doesn't have anything to fall on. That's what I'm saying from day one. Every mother is supposed to be responsible. We are supposed to transfer values.
If you don't have it, unfortunately, when you were growing up, and it's become part and parcel of you, and you become a mother, or even a stepmother, let me put it that way, how do you realize that you're not doing it right, and where do you go for help?
You yourself, you feel frustrated. Because if you are living with a human being that you always have to shout at, that you always have to beat, that you always have to stab, that you always have to, raise war flags, at the end of the day, you become exhausted.
But you're doing this
emotionally.
But you're doing this is not because the child has been a bad child. It's because of your own mindset.
Yes.
If you're starving a child, sometimes a year old or 2 year old, but nobody has until starving of food.
So you're
beating the child.
You are beating the child. You feel exhausted. David, I don't know whether you've been at loggerheads with someone before. When you see the person, immediately the adrenaline starts rushing to your brain, your heart, your heartbeat increases, your neck sticks out, your nostrils flare, and then it's like you become more alert. You are trying to, as it were, find out, is she coming to say something? What am I going to? It drains you. So you yourself, you realize that this relationship that I have with this child is toxic to me. And you must ask around for help. Unfortunately, the people that we ask to will not give you any, hey, Abofrano, if you don't beat her, she will grow and she will become like that. I think we should stop that.
Where do you go to for help? I mean, you're a family life counselor. Are you the people we should come to when we have such challenges?
We are so few.
Yeah, I know.
We are so few.
So what about the church? Should the church take it up? Should the mosque take it up?
The churches should take it up. The mosque should take it up. On days like Mother's Day, we should say something about the mothers and tell them that we should let our guard down.
Okay.
No child can really fight you. So when the woman doesn't have any other alibi, then we say, oh, that child is a witch. If she's a witch, I mean, if she can eat you up, she would have eaten you up a long time ago.
So for such children who go through such maltreatment and they have now grown, God's grace, they didn't die, they are adults themselves now, should they pay back?
No,
payback is not good.
No,
I remember the name
yes, the Bible says when you do that, you are heaping coals of fire on the person's head. Leave it to God. Leave it to God. Show love to that woman who maltreated you, who was so mean and wicked to you. Mother's Day, call her. If you can send her mumu, do that. God will bless you and will ensure that your own children will not have to suffer that fate. You know, I talked about that generational thing. One thing that scares me most is for my children to go and be in a situation that is not helpful. So I want to try and make sure that I do good to other people, so that when my child finds himself or herself elsewhere, other people will do her good, because it's a chain. So you have to break it with love to people who have been mean to us, so that
it doesn't come easy. It doesn't come easy, I'm sure. It doesn't come easy.
Oh no, it does not. That's why I'm saying that you have to make up your mind.
Okay.
Just sitting there, it will not happen. But you make up your mind on this Mother's Day.
Okay.
I'll break it.
How should mothers be celebrated? Especially the very kind ones, the very loving ones, the very good ones. Lewis Stanley, when you mentioned, that's Lewis Stanley. He's my right hand man kind of.
That's a nice name.
Lewis Stanley. Lewis Stanley Whitey, but he's a naughty guy. When you mentioned don't pay back and send Momo if you can, he was shaking his head in the negative. So why won't you do
it? Put me on the spot. I'm not necessarily payback, but there are some things, emotional things that will prevent me from trying to reach out to you. But I will not be like payback. Why am I saying it? I don't believe in that.
If she's sick and needs medication, will you be there?
Well, I don't know, maybe.
How should we celebrate mothers, especially the very good ones? I want to comment on what he said.
I do understand. It's not easy. But these things, unless you make up your mind, it does not come naturally. It does not come naturally. So for all others like Uncle Stanley, just make up your mind that I'll break it. Whatever the case may be, look at yourself now.
I haven't been in that situation before.
Whatever the case may be, look at yourself now.
Okay.
Bible says all things work together for good. For those who love God and have been called. So all those things that we went through, albeit painful, it's actually made you the kind of person you are now.
See what I was saying about this morning. Some of the women who maltreat you, they say, "Oh, not mention anything. I'm toughening him up." The child could have died.
The child could have died.
But God was merciful, and the child is alive. And so,
no, that is not right. You don't have to toughen up a child by inflicting pain. It's by instruction.
Okay.
But because most of us as parents, we are lazy. We get tired too soon.
Too easily,
and so we try to use force and violence to get it into the child. But it doesn't work.
Beat it into him. So my other question,
so
how to celebrate?
I think we should not wait until Mother's Day before we celebrate such mothers. A call every now and then. Just set yourself a time. I'll call my mother once a month. I'll call my mother once a week. I'll call my mother. Every day will be too much, but depending upon the relationship, call, say hi. Now we have phones. Just say hi. Send an emoji of love. Pray for your mother so that she will live long. I want to salute Professor Mrs. Apori in Cancer. Her mother turned 78 years a week or two ago, and she sent some lovely gifts to her. And I was telling her, you are so lucky your mother is alive. I lost my own mother 34 years ago, and I wish she was there so that I could send her something. So, well, I don't. So if your mother is still alive, she will not be there forever. Do whatever you can. Send her momo, buy her stuff, go to the market, buy tomatoes, onions, every now and then send to her on Christmas Day, and let her teach your own children to love and respect her. And then on Mother's Day, of course, you also wish her a happy Mother's Day, and be kind to them.
03-220-83596 is our studio number. Call us, please. What kind of a mother should be celebrated on Mother's Day? What kind of a mother should be celebrated on Mother's Day? And aside from that, if there's a mother figure in your life, and you want to say something to that mother figure, call us now. 03-220-83596, 03-220-83597, 03-220-83598. Call us now. And tell us, in your own estimation, the kind of a mother you think ought to be celebrated on the Mother's Day. And of course, if there's any mother figure in your life you want to say something to, feel free and join us now on the phone lines. But Auntie Mimi, whilst we wait for the calls to come through, there are some people who grew up in a step home. We've talked about that somewhat. And was more treated. Some even grew up in their own home with their own mothers, and yet did not see the love.
Yes.
How can we capitalize on the Mother's Day that is coming up on Sunday to patch up, to be able to do better for ourselves?
There's something called forgiveness. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself to free yourself from the pain and the anguish that whatever was inflicted upon you caused. And immediately you are able to forgive the person, you are freer. And God actually adds his blessing to it. So you were maltreated, but thank God you did not die. You were starved, but thank God, even if you got an ulcer, it did not kill you. Look at it both ways. Let us thank God for everything and make up your mind to see it from that aspect where you know that it was Joseph who told his brothers when they came to see him as second to Pharaoh in Egypt, and they were scared because they maltreated him. But Joseph said, you meant it for evil, but God has turned it into good.
Richard is on the lines now. Hi, Richard. Good morning.
Hi, Dave. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Richard Opoku. Welcome. Let's hear you.
I would like to say Happy Mother's Day to all responsible mothers across the world. Responsible, boldly and underlined. My biological mom is Madam Comfort Akoma. And I don't want to talk much about the sacrifices that she has. She's actually a trader, and she never went to school. But my mom made sure that all her children, at least, if not for anything, you finish your first degree, if not for anything. So, by God's grace and with her effort, we've all been able to complete university, and we are all doing our job. As I said earlier on, I don't want to talk much about the sacrifices that she has to make. Sometimes she has to take loans, take care of her. You know how difficult it is for a trader in Ghana here to be able to survive with other things that she has to do. But through it all, she was able to see us through. And one other mother, she's a mother for the nation. And Dave, you know whom I'm talking about, Dr. Mrs. Bisiafe Ade, a renowned breast surgeon. You all know how her contributions has made a beautiful impact to other women in the world. And you have people coming to the hospital and listening to their stories. Sometimes you have to sacrifice, take care of them without taking anything from them. Her modeling role is so huge that if I should mention all of them on the radio, I think I would need about 2-3 hours. But all that I want to say to them is that the Lord will continue.
God bless them all. Thank you very much, Richard, for joining us. And you can also call us and talk about your mom, or tell us what kind of a mother figure ought to be celebrated on Mother's Day as we approach Mother's Day on Sunday. Our numbers are 03220-83596, 03220-83597, and 03220-83598. If you have any mother figure in your life you want to big up or you want to wish well as we approach Mother's Day, you can do so. Leo, please.
Good morning to you, Team Love FM, and then to the best morning host in Kumasi Metropolis, David Akuetteh. Well, this is Justice K of IT Design inside Atusu. Well, from the look of things, I would just take it from this angle that a mother is a person, an ideal woman who has really given birth, taking good care, giving the child all the needs, providing everything for the child, doing all sorts of everything to even just make sure that she keeps the child, or let's say maintain the child, whether good or bad situation. She stand by and then defend the child, whether good or wrong. That's what I mean, a mother. And my mom has really just shown me that love up to date, has really just kept me from the born up to this stage. So I want to take this opportunity to wish my mom, Mrs. Florence Abrefi, aka Baby Last Mommy at Atusu, a very special Mother's Day. Mom, you've been so good to me and you're so great for me.
All right, thank you very much for joining us as well. Let's go on to the phone lines and speak to, is it Emmanuel? Hi, Emmanuel, good morning.
Hi, David, good morning.
Good to have you, Emmanuel. I'm sure you're going to celebrate your mother this morning.
Well, this morning, listening to you, I actually have tears in my eyes. I lost my mom on my birthday last year.
Oh, bro, so sorry.
I keep asking myself this question, that did I really love her enough? Did she know how much I really loved her? Because sometimes we take these moments for granted. Though I did my best, even when she was sick, I left work, had to stay with her. I was the last person by her side before she passed. But then I ask myself sometimes, could I have done more? Sometimes as men, we don't really show lots of emotions. Sometimes we want to be the strong man that people want to see and all that. We don't want to show so much affection. But then I would like to encourage everybody. As long as you have them around, give them all you can. Show all the emotions, let them know how much you love them and all that. I did all I could. People around keep telling me not so many young guys will do this. But then I still keep asking myself. And I pray that wherever she is, because she suffered a lot, a single mom, raising two boys, giving everything to make sure we are who we are today. And just when she was reaping the benefits of what she sowed, she had to leave. So if you have your mom around, no matter what, do your best. Even if you don't have, sometimes it's not about what you can give physically, but your presence and all those things is very important. Thank you, and have a good morning.
Thank you too, and I wish you same. Have a good morning too, Emmanuel. Thanks for sharing, and know that wherever mommy is right now, she's proud of you and she's happy. She's smiling down, even hearing your words. In spirit, she's smiling down on you. 0322083596, 0322083597, and 0322083598. You want to say something about your mother? And of course, aside from that, what kind of a mother should be celebrated on Mother's Day? Mansoor.
Mr. Dave.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, and how are you too?
I'm well, Mansoor. Good to have you.
Thank you. Mr. Dave, I'm appealing to you. The way you give attention to Mother's Day celebration, please try and do that for Father's Day. Because we, the fathers of today, Mr. Dave, we are trying as compared to the fathers of yesterday. So please, and please try and do that for us. And happy Mother's Day to my mom, my one and only mom. And in fact, I have two mothers. Yeah, my biological mother, she's called Masafura, and the one who raised me now, she's called Sister Anda. Happy Mother's Day to both of them, and lastly to my wife. In fact, she's trying. Yes, and to all the responsible mothers. Thank you.
I like the way you put it. She's trying.
She's trying.
And your son has a problem. I mean, like Mansour was saying, Leo shares the same thought. I mean, when it comes to Father's Day, we don't give much attention to fathers, and we also come up and we say what responsible fathers, huh?
The reason I'm saying that is, like of late, I've seen a lot of young men, especially those with the rasta hair that people don't like. When you go to their areas, most of them have kids now, and the dedication that they show towards
with the children.
Before you didn't see that, and the amazing thing is most of them didn't have father figures in their life. But then it didn't affect them. They are rather, stepping up and being the men that they're supposed to be. That's why I was.
So it's the mindset they have decided that they will be there for their children. I think they are doing very well. I've also noticed that.
Even when you go for weighing and all that, this time around, fathers are coming with the babies for the weighing. It's so easy, huh?
And it has a tremendous influence on the child.
But women really care. I mean, for fathers, most fathers don't care when you don't wish them well on Father's Day, when you don't call them or send them anything. How about mothers? Mothers are emotional beings, aren't they?
We are emotional beings. At least say something. Send us something. We are not even asking for money, just the wish. If you have access to Love FM's programs,
you see
it will be so exhilarating to hear your name on radio. We are wishing you Happy Mother's Day. It adds something.
I hear. So do that. Call your mom. Call your mom. It's on Sunday. Call your mom. Ishak. Hello, Ishak. Oh, the lines are going bad, huh? Apologies for that. But you try. Maybe it will get corrected by itself. So try again. So it's on Sunday, and I don't know what else I can say to you, Auntie Mimi. I've known you for so many years, and you've been a blessing in my life in many ways. So as we get closer and closer to Mother's Day on Sunday, I'd like to say thank you very much. Thanks for the love, thanks for the affection, thanks for the prayers, thanks for the support, thanks for everything. I know the occasion I even call you last minute to do some baking for me and all that, and without hesitation you do them and all. So I'm grateful to you. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Mommy does cakes?
Wonderful cakes.
I love cakes.
Cakes, bread, and all that.
So that's an indirect request.
It is her day. It's Mother's Day that's approaching. You ought to do something for her.
Yeah, that about
Alright, so before we wrap up, we have a few more messages for you. This one is from MTN, and there's good news for small to medium scale business owners. With SME Plus, you get to manage all your operational costs in communication. Now, this service simply allows you to choose from affordable packages and enjoy talk time, SMS data, and business content, all bundled in one subscription. Now, the other exciting news is you get free on-net calls every Monday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Simply dial *5060# to sign up today. You can also, when you do this, you can also send them a message, or you can also place a call to them. The number to place a message to, that's a WhatsApp message to, or place a call to, is 0244 308 111. For more information and stay connected everywhere you go. Leo Stanley? No, I was thinking that you picked up your LPS. Syntax is a market leader in water taxi in Ghana.